Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really critical challenge facing Nigeria's healthcare system. But we're also going to look at how a pretty unexpected idea about AI could offer a powerful solution, not just for Nigeria, but for the entire continent. So let's start with a question that's really going to sit at the heart of our story today. It's a question that kind of challenges everything we think we know about technology. Not just as a tool to get stuff done faster, but as a genuine partner in helping us think better. Okay, let's get right into it. We're going to start on the ground, in Nigeria, where all the data points to a system that's right on the edge of this huge technological leap. But there's a problem. The workforce just isn't ready for it. This is the fundamental question researchers are asking, and honestly, the answers they're getting back are pretty stark. You see, AI is evolving so fast, and it offers these incredible opportunities for healthcare. But you need a workforce that has a whole new set of skills to actually use it. And without those skills, all those amazing opportunities could just pass them by. Just look at this number. A nationwide survey of nursing educators in Nigeria, the people teaching the next generation, found that a staggering 82% of them feel they have inadequate training in AI. That's not just a small gap, you guys. That's a massive hole in the system, and it directly affects every new nurse coming through. And this really drives the point home. 73% of those same educators say that not having the right technology and infrastructure is one of the biggest things holding them back. And we're not just talking about slow Wi-Fi. We're talking about a basic lack of working computer labs, no access to AI simulation tools, and for a lot of places out in rural areas, no reliable internet, period. Now, this table is where things get really eye-opening because it puts hard numbers on that knowledge gap. A study in Plateau State asked nursing students and staff all about their understanding of AI. And just look at that last column, remarks. For everything, familiarity with basic terms, understanding how it works, feeling confident about its impact, the average response was never. That tells you the understanding isn't just low, it's basically zero. So what we're seeing in Nigeria, yeah, it's not just a Nigerian problem, not at all. It's really a snapshot of a huge challenge and huge opportunity that the entire continent is facing. AI is moving way faster than the rules and guidelines needed to manage it, and that's put Africa's healthcare future at a major crossroads. A white paper on AI in Africa really lays out the stakes here, and you can see it clearly on this slide. On the one side, you have these massive opportunities, like using AI to detect TB with 99% accuracy, or making hospitals run way more efficiently. But on the other side, you've got some serious risks. Things like algorithmic bias from AI trained on non-African data, or a lack of data security making existing health inequities even worse. And this is the bottom line, right? If you just roll out AI without a solid ethical plan, you could actually make the problems in the healthcare system worse, not better. The tech has to be there to serve people, and that means being super deliberate about how it's used. Okay, this is where our story takes a really fascinating, kind of counterintuitive turn. This is where we reframe the whole problem. What if the goal isn't just about giving nurses smarter tools? What if the real goal is to use AI to make nurses smarter thinkers? The concept is called productive friction. You know, in neuroscience, they sometimes call these desirable difficulties. The whole idea is that for us to really learn something, for information to stick in our long-term memory, our brains need a bit of a workout. They need to be challenged, not just spoon-fed answers. Here's a perfect way to think about it. If you're a passenger in a car, sure, you'll get to where you're going, but your brain is totally passive. Now, if you're the navigator, you're the one reading the map, making the turns, making decisions, you're forced to actually learn the route. That's the core of productive friction. So when we use AI like a simple answer engine, just typing in a question and asking it to spit out the answer, our brain is just a bystander. The information might be right, but it just kind of bounces off of us. It doesn't sink in. But what if we flip that on its head and used AI as a why engine, an AI that asks us the questions, that pushes back on our arguments, that forces us to think harder, not less? Just imagine a nursing student in Lagos working with an AI that gives them a complex patient case and then challenges them, step by step, to defend their diagnosis. That's an AI built for real learning. So the big question is, how do we take this powerful idea of productive friction and turn it into something practical and safe for healthcare education? How do we use it to tackle that readiness gap we saw in Nigeria and actually build a new generation of critical thinkers? Well, there's a blueprint that's been proposed by the Africa Digital Health Summit, and it gives us a really clear path forward. It's called the ethical framework. And this isn't just a list of suggestions. It's a whole approach designed to make sure AI innovation lines up with core values like equity, so everyone benefits, transparency, so we know how it works, and human oversight to make sure people are always in control. What this framework really does is put humans right back at the center of the conversation. It makes it clear that AI is there to support doctors and nurses, not replace them. It has to close those equity gaps, not make them wider. And it has to be designed with the people who are actually going to use it every day. And maybe most importantly, there has to be clear accountability when things go wrong. And the really good news here is that the desire for change is already happening. The recent decision by Nigeria's Nursing and Midwifery Council to make their qualifying exams digital, that's a perfect example of these small, practical steps that can lead to huge breakthroughs in digital skills and adoption down the line. Which leaves us with this final, crucial question. The path we pick for AI, whether we build it to be a simple answer engine or a challenging why engine, that choice is going to determine not just the future of technology, but the future of our healthcare professionals themselves.